always great to see you and speak with you, especially when I know there's a giant face of you downtown. Congratulations on that, man. You made that billboard over by Young Dundas Square.
Rudy, I have to tell you, you should congratulate my Photoshop skills more than you should. That's not real. That is no, God, no. You know what?
Love it.
The day that Spotify pays attention to me is the day that I will pay everyone in the world $5. But I really needed a way to grab attention for this new single called Coming Down. And I thought, well, you know what? This is a fun way to do it. And people have been responding to it. And I'm super, super happy to see that. Yeah, that's the story on that.
I love it. I'm so sorry that we even revealed it.
Punked.
But you know what? Great on you. I mean, everything.
It's a good marketing tactic, right?
Absolutely. But you know, everything you always do is about fun and awareness and fun and fun and fun. I mean, I don't know how you kept a smile during the pandemic and seeing everything that's been going on in the world and what we're still seeing in the world. Like, how do you do it? Because here's the thing. We were just talking about this just before we started.
Yeah.
A lot of times people are putting up facades. Mm-hmm. I can always tell with you when you're putting up something where the big smile is on, it really is something that you're wanting to share with people.
Well, I think there's a couple things. So, number one, I don't take myself too seriously. And I'm also the first to admit that I'm silly and foolish and whatever. And I just think
you just did with the bill.
Exactly. I'm not going to put up airs. I think that this industry is so full of people who want to present a certain way, and it can really get in the way of the authenticity of the artist. And, you know, everyone that I admire as an artist are true to themselves, and they have fun, and they take the Mickey out of themselves. I know we talked about Bette Midler last time we chatted. One of my favorites, and is always pulling stupid bull all over the place because she just likes to have fun. In terms of the pandemic and what we've seen, it has been a big Debbie Downer, and I have good medication, but also I've just sort of tried to focus on whatever positives that I can. I have a journal that I keep where I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for every day. Some days that's just the coffee that I'm drinking, but you know, it's the only way that I've been able to sort of like shift focus and try and keep myself above ground, because I think all of us are constantly being bombarded with really crappy things these days.
Okay, you know, it's funny because I want to talk about the music and everything else. I was going to wait on this, but I need to jump on this right now.
Okay, go.
You being the biggest Madonna fan on the planet.
Yes.
What do you think about what's been going on since we saw her at the Grammys? The posts that people have been posting of her because of her looks, and then the post that she posted back on everybody about, you know, power and things like that, and how a lot of people have been reacting negatively to that.
What I don't understand is why the public expects Madonna not to be Madonna. Madonna is always going to be the person who pushes boundaries, does different things, and is not what the public wants her to be. That's who we've known her to be her whole time. Like, I don't know why people expect that at 60 she's gonna like just switch courses and go a different way. She is who she is. Let's accept that. And also, I do want to say, people criticizing her looks and stuff, mark my words, when we see Lady Gaga get up to that age, when we see Miley Cyrus get up to that age, this is going to be normalized. This will be normalized because Madonna is paving the way. Once again, she is someone who is starting something that everyone is going to follow suit, just like she has her whole career. This is just the beginning of a whole thing that we're going to see with all of the little poplets that are out there right now. So I think the world needs to wake up and realize Madonna is going to keep being Madonna. And the more that people fight against her, the more outrageous she's going to get. That's just who she is. And that's why we loved her in the first place. So that's that on that.
Are you going to be going to the show when she goes
on
tour?
Yeah. I've got tickets. They're not nosebleeds, but they're not front either. I mean, I'm not a baller. Like I said, I make about 0.0008 cents a stream. So I am going though, and I'm really excited. It is a life-changing concert. She usually highlights a bunch of different types of musicians in her shows. She brings people on the road who are diverse and just exciting to watch. It's one of the best shows you'll ever see. So, I mean, like, I'm basically just selling Madonna tickets right now. She doesn't need my
There you
help,
go.
but
Now, didn't you? I could be wrong. Didn't you just do a big show yourself, or is it
yeah.
coming up? You
Yeah,
just
yeah,
did.
yeah. So we did I started this platform during the pandemic where I got industry professionals like Eric Elper and Jonathan Simpkin, who runs 604 Records, which represents Kylie Rae Jepsen and Nickelback and all those great Canadian artists. And I brought them in for panel discussions where I would ask questions and then we would open it up to all of these different queer music artists to also ask questions and sort of get an inside look at the industry. I wanted to continue that community of artists, so I started this thing called Queer Music Social, and we just did one at the end of January, and it was really successful, and a really awesome showcase of some of Toronto's queer talent, like Tafari Anthony, I Am Rebel Will, Michelle Mondesier were on this lineup, and they were so nuts good. Like you wouldn't believe the vocals on these people. And this next installation is coming on March 31st, and we're doing it at Boombox down in Little Italy. And one of the requirements for me personally when booking these lineups is to make sure that we're showing gender diversity as well as racial diversity in all of the lineup. I just think that queer people have a hard enough time finding performance opportunities outside of Pride. And beyond that, people who are diverse within the queer spectrum have an even harder time getting these opportunities. So my goal is to really make something that I can do. I'm trying to do it bi-monthly, potentially monthly if I can, but I do have to work a full-time job as well. So it sometimes gets a little difficult, but I just really wanted to make somewhere where we could start fostering a community within the city of people who want to see indie artists. And some of these indie artists are, I'm going to say it, better than the mainstream.
Don't get me started. You know, I've said that a million
I
times.
know. So it's just like, I recommend anyone, it's just queermusicsocial.com. And that's where all the details will be. And it's going to be running constantly. So you can always come and catch one, but I guarantee you it's always a good show.
Yeah, it is. And I'm just curious, during the show, are you going to be playing this new single we're going to be talking about?
Yeah, coming down. I sing it right in the middle of the set. It's kind of like my little down moment of the whole thing, and then I bring them back up before I send them home.
What's the single about?
Well, during the pandemic, it's funny when you were talking to me about like how I keep happy. Coming down is pretty much about the opposite of that. So I think we've talked before about how I lost one of my best friends during the pandemic, and I found myself after that over drinking a lot, over consuming food, over like everything extra. And then you'd face those moments of really coming down off of that and like just feeling like absolute shit. I don't know if I can swear. Sorry if
You
I
just
can't.
did. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
And then, waking up in the morning and being no better off and just feeling completely lethargic and horrible. And, I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling. And it's not just something that's pandemic exclusive. I think a lot of times when we're going through horrible moments in our lives, we self-medicate, whether it be with food, alcohol, substance, whatever it is. And I wanted to sing about that because I think people should know that they're not the only ones going through it.
What's the response been like?
It's been great. I mean, the thing too that's interesting about this song is that I did it in one take. And I opted to, so I did the verses in one take. I didn't want to re-record because the emotion was so strong in it, because I was really feeling it when I was singing it. And I also opted to not use any auto-tune or Melodyne on the lead vocal, because I was just like, And that's, for anyone who doesn't know, that's industry standard. Like everyone applies a light auto tune or sometimes a heavy auto tune on everything because that's what the ears of the public are used to hearing nowadays. I just didn't want to do it because I thought it would take away from the authenticity of the song. So you do hear some imperfections in the recording, but I think that's what makes it beautiful, honestly.
Absolutely. So single, does that mean EP or album's going to follow, or are you just going to do singles?
The EP is
Ah,
out. It's called Sheets. And it is called Sheets because all
you're
of
under
this,
the sheets.
well, and all the subject matter of the songs is basically stuff that you would only talk about in between the sheets or when you're releasing an album to the public. So it's got 4 songs and 2 bonus tracks. I'm proud of it. It's a really great collection of like fun stuff mixed with a bit of downer, like the coming down. And I was able to collaborate with people from the UK, with people from the United States, all queer collaborators, which I'm very proud of too, is something that I try to do is keep it within the family because I want to make sure that we're all sort of like working together and growing together.
I love it, man. Look, congratulations in all this. Love the fact you got the shows happening. Love the fact you got this album out. Love the fact you got this great single out. But more importantly, love the fact that you always keep that smile no matter what.
Oh, thank you, Rudy. I love talking with you. I'm so excited that we got a chance.
Yes, yeah, and hopefully over the summer or something like that, we can all get back together again, man, because it's
Sounds
been way
good.
too long. Look, before we go, and I think this is always important,
Yeah.
and I think I've asked you about this before, but I'm going to ask again. For anybody who is trying to, figure out about coming out, or should they or shouldn't they, what advice can you give them? Because I know everybody's different, everybody's situation is different, but the struggle to me is all the same.
Yeah.
What advice can you give them?
I think it's in your own time when it comes to coming out. I think that it's a decision that you have to make, and you have to be very careful about who you open up to when you're starting out. You want to feel comfortable and you want to feel safe, and there's some great resources out there for people. The LGBT youth line, which is available for anyone who may be going through a tough time. If you're in Toronto, there is the 519 Center, which has all of these different resources and groups that you can actually meet up and discuss. And I think if you do need help in the States, or you're suffering in the States, the Trevor Project is another really great organization that can help you. And also they have GLAAD down there. There are resources for you to not feel alone. It's a journey, but it does get better, as they say.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you so much for this interview. As always, you look amazing.
Thank
Music is
you.
great, as always. I don't know if I'm going to be going to the Madonna show. I've seen Madonna before, the last time she
Yeah.
was here in Toronto. So
Yeah.
I don't know if timing wise it's going to work for me to make it down there, because I mean, you got Madonna, you got Beyonce, Rihanna's
Rihanna's
going to
gonna.
announce.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's
so there's just so much going on. I'm just like, and don't forget Janet. Janet is
I,
doing her thing
oh my
too.
God, I'm so excited for Janet. And I'm telling you, it is a really bad time to be gay because I'm broke.
Oh my God. I hear you loud and clear on that one, my friend. Thank you so much, and definitely going to see you soon.
Thank you.